Arsenal. He escaped the grasp of Reynolds. Reynolds was going for the double, gets the save on the goal line, off the wall. Reynolds jumps out and gets that save. Unbelievable.
He's a ninja.
Do you ever watch RLCS and wonder how the pros always seem to be in the right spot to consistently make these incredible saves? Well, first off, it's thousands of hours of practicing and honing in their skills, but it's also the mastery of a concept that I believe is the single most important thing that you can add to your threes game, and that is back post rotations. At their core, back post rotations seem pretty simple, but they can really get complicated when put into practice. Let's start off by taking the entire field and dividing it into two halves. When rotating back to defense, what you should do is rotate to the opposite side of the field from where the ball is, known as the back post, or what some people also call the far post. Now, something to keep in mind is that the back post will change depending on which side of the field the ball is on. If the ball is on the right side of the field, then you'll want to rotate to the left side. And if the ball is on the left side of the field, then you'll be rotating to the right side. The real advantage of this is in giving yourself options to make any play you need to, and to keep your rotations as spaced out as possible. But I also want to add that this isn't to be confused with shadow defense. That's the other form of defense that you will need to learn when you're the last man back and not using back post rotations. SunlessKhan's Why You Suck video on shadow defense covers this topic really well. To get a little more in depth with back post rotations, let's set up an example. Do you see Carambola here? He's going to be you. Now, you and your teammate are pushing on offense on the right side of the field, and even though you may have cut rotations and double committed here, handing over possession, that's okay, because no one's perfect. Your teammate gets beat going for the sideways 50-50 as you turn around to head back on defense. You're rotating back on the right side of the field while using your flips and picking up the mini pads. And what's this?
NANI?
Realizing that you can extend your path to pick up the boost because you have enough time to grab it and not mess up your rotations, you do exactly that and then head straight back to the back post so you can be ready for anything. No, I said the back post. Oh no, don't reverse, please. So, do you see what went wrong here? We got scored on because even though you did a great job rotating to the opposite side of the play, you rotated into the front post, leaving over half of the net exposed behind you. What you should have done in your rotation is actually stop right about here, making sure you're not leaving any part of the net behind you, and placing yourself just on the goal line, not putting yourself way out front like before. In most situations like these, it's better to be patient and let your teammates push so you can react to whatever happens next. Now I'll show you an example from one of my ranked games. After pushing forward for the challenge, I decide to rotate back to net on the left side of the field, away from where the ball and my team are. My teammate doesn't get the best clear and he hands over possession to my opponents. You'll see here that I'm creeping up just a little bit for the mini pads, but I'm still in position to head back to net quickly. I notice my teammate tries to cut off the pass, so I turn back to net just in case he gets beat. They place the pass around him and bang a shot onto the net. But because I had already rotated back, this turned into a pretty routine save that I safely cleared into the corner, allowing for myself to continue the play. When you're in the back post position, it's important to make sure that you're not sitting too far into the net. Ideally in Rocket League, you almost never want to sit still and lose your momentum, but things don't really tend to go perfect in this game. A good spot to position yourself is just in the post, leaving no options for any shot to go behind you. And if it does go behind you from here, then it's most likely just going to hit the wall and bounce to your corner, which is a whole lot safer than in front of your net. The whole idea of placing yourself here is so you should only have to drive forwards to make a save. You can cover a much larger distance driving forwards than you ever could going backwards, or God forbid going sideways. However, you don't want to pitch a tent and camp out in the spot for too long. There comes a time when you have to rotate out of this position and start being aggressive. If your teammate is rotating in behind you, then in most situations, it's best for you to push forwards and allow them to take your spot in the back post. Knowing when to rotate here and when to rotate out will take time to learn, but that all just comes with time, gaining experience, and growing as a player. Pro tip! Please, when rotating back, make sure that you prioritize the goal and your defense over that shiny corner boost sitting there just so pretty, calling over your octane. I see so many of my lower ranked players that I've coached go out of their way to grab the boost when they simply don't have time to do it, resulting in more goals scored on them and ultimately more games lost. On screen here, I'll be showing a few of the rotation paths that you'll want to try and implement into your game. You'll notice that they all have one thing in common, and it's that they all focus on picking up the mini pads rather than putting yourself out of position going for the big pads. Seriously, this is one of the biggest tips I can really give you guys. Not only does this help you play faster and give you more opportunities by shortening your rotations, but it also allows your teammates' rotations to be tighter too. And you don't have to hear teammates complaining that there's never any boost because you know that you left that big one there just for them. See? I knew you were selfless. Understanding all this comes with time, and the best way to learn is to really look into your own replays and try to figure out what you could be doing different, and comparing the decisions you make to those that higher ranked people make. With that, I hope this video was helpful. I will be making more videos like this, so please subscribe so you don't miss any of my future Rocket League content. If you have any questions or if you think I missed something, then please share it in the comments for everyone to see. Thank you for watching this video. See ya!